This is going to be a simple patch explanation of a fairly simple patch. Now there are three voices here. I'm going to let you listen to it first so you can even see if you're interested in the explanation. So let's turn that up. So it's a simple ambient patch with just some modulation, not that much. I definitely want to add more, but I figured I should start simple. So there are three voices. Let's go through them carefully. First, let's talk about percussion, because percussion is the simplest here. It's just the endorphins. So you can hear that, the Endorphins Black Noir, and that is being triggered by the Euclidean circles, which is being triggered, like everything else, by Pamela's. So Pamela's triggers everything, and one of them is Euclidean circles, which gives me three signals, three of the circles out of the six. There are actually 6 circles on Euclidean circles, and that's running my bass drum, my I think this thing is actually called tambourine or something, just a high-pitched perc, and hi-hat, and at different intervals. So that's the sound you're hearing now. Pretty straightforward. And I'm not really modulating, but I do have some effects on, and I can modulate it live with my big black dial. So that's the percussion. Now let's turn that down and hear the second voice. And that voice is coming from the Antumbra Atom, which is basically Mutable Elements. This is actually sending 3 different oscillator sounds, the bow, blow, and strike, and it's being driven with a pitch from Vox Digitalis, one of my favorite of all time simple sequencers. It's just literally 8 steps, and what I love about it is it tells me, once I tune it, once I tune the oscillator to this, it tells me the notes, so I can easily pick the notes. And you can hear that that's actually going from Pam's at about a rate of 1 every 4. That's that first clock there. 1 every 4 beats. So it's just changing that background, and I get a really nice ambient background. And that's being modulated in a couple of ways, but both from maths. And maths is modulating on the 2 LFO channels, no triggers, just an LFO is a fast one and a slow one. Modulating the timbre of the strike and the geometry that gives it this wavy sound when I want it. So I can actually turn that up when I want that. And that is what's happening there. So the third voice, let's go into that. Actually, I don't think you heard the third voice in the beginning. And that's in the background, and that is Plaits. And Plaits is just playing a very simple, somewhat mutated bloom sequence. So I give it the first 8, and then it mutates, or branches, I should say, 4 different times to give me different notes, but it decides, and that's what gives it kind of the ambient sound, because it's deciding mostly what's happening after that, but it is consistent once it determines those branches. So let's hear how it sounds with the others. And now I add some effects with Desmodus. Desmodus Versio. Patch, basically. It's really pretty simple. 3 voices, a little bit of modulation. And now I can add to this.